Good evening, everybody. If you don't already know me, my name is Lily Valour. And if you do already know me, welcome back. This evening, we're just working on this same drawing that I've been working on. I finished the sleeve, and we'll be working on one of these bottom panels here. But yeah, you know the drill. We'll be drawing, we'll be focused, we'll be listening to some music, and it should be chill. I appreciate the lurk. And okay, guys, still see the sun. Yeah, the sunlight is definitely messing with my lighting back here, but that's okay. What's up, Ivy? Hopefully it gets a little darker as time goes on because we need those vibes. Oh, this one's right here. And I hope you're doing well. Glad you're here. You know, we can actually take a nice look at this sleeve because I'm super happy with it. Let's see. Oh, it's not even in focus. There we go. Oops. Yeah, this like bow tie looking sleeve thing here was just insane. I don't know, that hurt my brain. Also these like little creases right in the elbow. Dude, I don't know. I use like every last brain cell for those. One thing I want to try with like this section I'm going to be working on is I'm going to leave the tie like undotted. Like it's just going to be pure white. And I'm just not going to draw it all. So we'll see if like, I don't know. I think the negative space will be kind of cool. As usual, if there's something that you could be doing right now that you've been putting off, or you just need to work on something, that would be a great time to do it. You know, I recently discovered that someone that I don't know somewhere did a study of one of my drawings from like 2023. It was like a little small drawing I did, but they made a study of it that was also stippled. And like, that was really cool. They never mentioned it to me or like tagged me or anything, but they followed me on Instagram and then I came across it. I was like, I'm pretty sure I drew that. And then I like looked back and I was like, oh yeah, this is definitely a study. But you know, that made me feel pretty cool. It reminds me of the times that I also like did studies of other people's art that I really liked. And like all of their other art is also stippling. So that's pretty neat. Sometimes whenever I'm like bored, I'll just look back through all of my old stuff. I don't know, sometimes you might be surprised by what you discover in there. I looked at some of my earlier drawings. Some of my like earliest stippled pieces. And it's interesting to see, I don't know, how much things have changed. And also how much stippling itself has changed for me and its like prevalence in my life. Oh, she's an influencer. Yeah, I guess that's like official. It's true. Sometimes or someone times. Wait, what? With cooking, yeah. Oh, sometimes. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I don't know, it's just crazy. Like, back then I thought it was so good. But then, now I look at it and I'm like, oh god. Not that it's not good, you know, it was good for what it was at the time. I'm like, wow, dude. It's amazing how much better you can get, but you, like, don't even realize. Just because of, like, the day-to-day super minute changes. But then, like, I don't know. Once you examine it at a different scale on the timeline, you're like, oh my god. I've grown quite a lot. And like, why did I think that was good? That was not good. Take my texting privileges away. No, you need that. Like, sometimes I want to remake old art. I don't know. But that goes for anything. Like, you know, even cooking. You're like, you know what? Let me retry making that dish. Except, like, better this time. I think that's how I feel about it. Where I'm like, this was a cool concept. I should redraw that. But better. But it would take, like, probably at least 2 months. And, like, do I really need to spend 2 months? But I don't know. It's tempting. One day I'll have a bunch of like random money, and then I can take time off to remake an old drawing for 2 months. I keep telling everyone though that I'm not gonna do big drawings for a while, so I definitely have to stick to that. For my own sake, but also for everyone around me. Yeah, I've also kind of been thinking lately that I like want to make potentially want to make a book, like a coffee table book. I don't know, maybe like 30 to 50 pages of like my sketchbook drawings. I haven't done that many yet, I guess. But like these little fashion pieces that I've been doing in this book, it'd be nice to get like a high-res scan and turn it into like a coffee table book, or like, yeah, an art study book. I feel like it's not super helpful in terms of like, I don't know, like it's not like a tutorial style, but it'd be cool. And at least it could like include like some of my thoughts behind the choices I've made with like the pieces I've drawn. So I think that'd be kind of cool. This thought also comes from, there was a moment where I was invited to be part of this like book that was going to include like a bunch of different artists, and it ended up falling through, unfortunately. But it did kind of plant the seed in my mind that I was like, dude, I could build my own book. You could design it similar to a fashion magazine. Yeah, actually, that's a good idea. I was thinking that too because I found this old, what is it? Oh my God, document. This old Google Drive, Google Docs file that I have from like years ago where I had this idea for a fashion line. And I don't think I want to build out the whole fashion line, but it would be cool to like use my sketchbook drawings as kind of like this like visual catalog of like folds and silhouettes and like the fashion stuff that I've liked. Hey Trent, I'd just make a book to give to immediate family members. That'd be nice, actually. That's a good idea. Yeah. It would just be like a neat thing to have around the house or like any sort of like living area. Just for like inspo, if like one day you're just like, I need some inspiration for something, just flip through it real quick. Also, I think it's a nice way to encapsulate like some of like your ideas in a written form. Like I like whenever the books, like art books, have both the art itself and also the like thoughts and writings of the people who drew it. Like I like a lot of context. I know not everyone cares about context when it comes to art, but like I really enjoy it. And I think it's important. Lily Valour instead of Vogue. Yeah, I mean, that'd be sick. And it wouldn't be like a real catalog, but I don't know, conceptually, I think it's an idea that's there. And I don't know if I'll be able to do it this year, or like I won't have enough drawings by the end of this year, most likely. But I'm working towards it. It gives the piece new meaning. Yeah, and it feels more intentional, right? Like instead of just drawing whatever in my sketchbook, at least I can curate it in a way that like, yeah, feels meaningful and like a deliberate choice rather than just picking like a random reference on Instagram being like, I'll draw that today, I don't know. Like at least I can do something that like actually, I don't know, just like a small thing that builds into a bigger thing. That sounds like a good idea to me. Yeah, we'll have to workshop the name. We'll have to brainstorm some stuff later. But like, yeah, I don't know. It occurred to me like if I can be invited into a group of artists to be part of a book, like I can definitely just make my own. Like I definitely can have enough drawings to fill it up. It doesn't have to have a ton of images in it. Just make it for you as a volume 1 or something like that. That's true. Yeah, I guess it doesn't need to be. I don't know. I imagine like a super thick book, but I guess it doesn't have to be. It could just be like a nice little flip through kind of, yeah, magazine sort of style. Yeah, I don't know. For some reason, I imagined like a thick ass dictionary vibe. Less intimidating. Yeah, true. It could be like a mini scene. I don't need it to be so intense. Yeah, I just won't have that much drawings. Now it can be like 10 images with text about each piece. That's more than enough. Then next time make it better for volume 2. True, yeah. Because like 10 images with text about each piece, like in total, that's like 20 pages. Like that's decent. I would have each drawing be its own page for sure to get all of the dot details. It's about growing. Yeah, you're right. I can't get too excited right off the bat there. Eventually, too, I could always combine all of the volumes and make one great big volume. Like, I guess it doesn't... Yeah. I don't need to hold on to all of it and then release one massive thing. Like, we could totally just release it in segments. That would be much more manageable. You know, I'm just getting a little excited. It would be cool, thank you. Have y'all ever made a book before? Anyone got some book experience to share with the class? Also, I think the book idea resonates with me more than doing prints. I have tried doing prints before, and I think there will be a moment where I bring prints back around. But for some reason, it's just never stuck. And so I'm kind of hoping that the book idea is something that, I don't know, makes more sense? Like, I think the prints were a good idea when I had a lot of, like, strong individual pieces that were, like, these massive drawings I did. But at the same time, like, for these smaller drawings that are, like, way less pressure, like, I don't really want to make an individual print of, like, each of these things, but they also deserve to be seen, so... I'd be struggling with the typing. It's alright. You're an illustrator and not the writer type. Yeah, that's fair. That is fair. But, like, you still gotta illustrate books, you know, or you could, you know? Like, people illustrate book covers or, like, the inside of it. Or, like, there's some books that have mostly writing and the occasional illustration. Like, I think it would take some trial and error to get the right paper and also to get the right dimensions. I also don't have a super vivid idea of what I want this to look like. So, you know, I'll take anything at this point. What do you use to illustrate again, Ivy? I forget. Do you also use Clip Studio? You've moved between many programs? Yeah. Definitely unlikely for someone to just use one. They all do different things. You used Clip for the book. Study with Adobe. IDK. Yeah. A little bit of everything. That's good though. I did see that like there's like stippling brushes and stuff these days. And like part of me really probably should switch to digital at some point. Maybe not fully, but like it would be nice to learn how to use it. I should probably do that. I have a tablet, but it's really old and it still works, but it doesn't have like, I don't know, what is it? Like it's the same opacity no matter how hard I press. It doesn't have the same like sensitivities. And also that like it's so old that the driver for it like doesn't exist anymore. And I've got to like, yeah, hook it up the super weird way. I should really just get a new, I should just get a new tablet. But at the same time, I'm like, I don't want to buy a new tablet when I don't ever draw digitally. But like maybe I would draw digitally more if I had a different tablet. You know, it's like, what do I do? Ivy be cheating on her art programs. Oh my god, that's funny. I use the analog system. Nice. I have a friend who makes everything in MS Paint. And I'm like, dude, that's incredible that you are still using that. But I can see why it's kind of nice. Like, it doesn't have any of like the extra fun stuff, and so you can just really focus on, I guess, the line work. Never loyal. Well, thankfully, our programs don't have feelings, hopefully. So, you know, can't hurt them. You know, in retrospect now that I think about it, I did do a lot of my sketches digitally. Instead of like spending a lot of time trying to like mess around on the page. Not for these pieces, but for my other compositions. It was easier to make adjustments digitally. Like being able to lasso something and then like scooch it over a bit or like warp something to fit better. Like it's way easier than like erasing everything and then redrawing it. Control Z, yeah, I don't get that. I like the Control Z is really nice, I will admit. Also having different layers is quite convenient. God. Also, you can adjust values and stuff with like a switch. Oh my god, please. More often than not, I go too light on my values because I'm afraid to go too dark and then I can't, you know, undo it. You know what I don't miss though? Well, this has never happened to me personally, but a lot of friends that I've had that used Procreate, their stylus would die, like mid-drawing. And I'm like, dude, that would destroy my flow so hard. If it just like, if like mid-drawing it just died and I'm like, oh my god, dude. No way. Like at least for me, I'm like, oh, running out of ink, just pump some more ink in there and keep it going. Me and my cheap Android pen could never. I was thinking recently, well, someone sent me a video on Instagram of a skateboard being stippled on by, or like with a Sharpie. And I was like, dude, I could totally do that. How come I never thought about that? I'm over here only stippling with like the tiniest of pens. Dude, I could be using a Sharpie. I could stipple on literally anything. I could stipple on your house. I could stipple on your car. Do I make like stippled phone cases? Like, dude, the possibilities are endless. Two frames says always be cheating. Yeah, time and place. Two frames always. Okay, wait. Two frames. You don't even be cheating. You're loyal to Clip Studio till like the end of time. Everything CSP. You should just get sponsored, honestly. Have any of you guys watched the sketchbook series on YouTube? I think the channel is called, like, The Trojan Horse Was a Unicorn. But it's like this series of like really well-known artists, or like just really good artists, like going through their personal sketchbooks and like talking about their influences and stuff. There was a moment in time where I was like watching those like religiously, and I saw these people's like sketchbooks with all like the fun, like whimsical things that they had in there. And like how it's just interesting how all of them feel so like free. I'm like, wow, like this person really, like, you can tell they tapped into whatever they enjoyed drawing, like under no pressure, and just like stuff they liked and had fun with. And you can see them like exploring ideas and all that stuff. But like I never like got that far, or like got far enough in a sketchbook to be able to like look at that for myself. And like, not that it makes me like jealous, but it makes me excited to fill out more of the sketchbook so I can like flip back through it and see like everything I've done. I don't know, I don't know. I also think I'm too rigid. Like, I need to be less precious about my art, and I think that's why I started drawing smaller. Because, like, with the big pieces, like, once you commit, you are in there. You know, like, if you decide to make a movie instead of, like, a 10-second Instagram reel, like, you know, that's definitely some dedication and, like, requires, like, a shit ton of work. And while I love, you know, conceptually making movies like that, it's definitely a little bit more sustainable for me to do smaller drawings. And also, like, once the drawing's done, I can just move on from it and, like, not worry too much. But yeah, I think part of why I've had a hard time with sketchbooks is just, like, I'm not loose like that. Like, I don't draw loosely. I'm very, I don't know. Like, I'm not tense. I'm, like, very relaxed right now. But I don't like having messy drawings. Nothing wrong with messy drawings. I just don't do them. You know, my drawings could be messier, is all I'm saying. Like, sometimes that, like, sense of looseness, like, adds, like, some pizzazz. Ivy draws small because of my obsession with detail. But, like, if you draw really big, can't you fit more detail, technically? Like, that's why I like to draw really big. Because then you can, like, zoom in on, like, the itty-bitty bits of things. I don't know. I like to draw small things in a big way, I guess. Trent says sometimes it's hard to watch those videos because you're seeing like the top 1% of artists, and it's difficult not to compare yourself to them. That's true. Sure, it can be motivating sometimes, but for me, not always. Yeah, no, I definitely agree with that. Like, sometimes you recognize the levels and you're like, oh my god, ain't no way, dude. But at the same time, like, they figure out what their thing is, and like, we just have to figure out what our thing is. And I think once you figure out what that thing is for you specifically in your journey, like, tap into it and like go 100 in. And I think that's where you will maybe excel faster. Like, I think I got really better, oh my god. I got better when I really drew, like, at least for me, obviously, it's like fabric and folds and stuff. Like, once I was like, dude, I think I have finally figured out that I like doing folds. Like, all of a sudden shit just came to me. Like, now I'm drawing all the time and I never get tired of it, and I never get tired of drawing folds either. And so it's like, I think all these people have just found their thing and like just committed to it for so long that we have like miles to go before we reach that. So, you know, just more work. Just more work. Unless you're doing a study, it tends to be detrimental. Yeah, sometimes you do need to like let go. Like, I think that's where I'm at. where I'm like, I need to relax. Like, it's okay if I can't get every last fold. It's okay if all my values are not like precisionally perfect. Like, it's okay as long as it like works and it looks, and you understand and it looks fine. And yeah, I don't know. Worry less, you guys. That's the solution. Foldism. Yeah. Maybe we can brainstorm another term. It is an obsession though, I will say. Yeah, and also I think I don't think I personally find motivation that way by like looking at other artists' stuff. Like, I feel like maybe this is true for a lot of artists, but like the things that motivate me like kind of aren't. I mean, sometimes it is like related to creative fulfillment, but I don't know. A lot of times I'm trying to express something. Like, my masterpieces definitely were just a self-expression that I like really needed to put out there. And that was motivating. It's okay if it's not perfect. It's not supposed to be. Oh my god, it's actually a word? What is that? Pleomania? Mania? Plio? I'm gonna look it up real fast. Oh, thank you. That's much faster than whatever I was trying to do here. A coin term combining this Latin word for to fold and mania, of course, while not in a standard dictionary, is the most accurate descriptive word. Yeah, I mean, that's fine. But that sounds like you're obsessed with like folding things. The act of folding. Whatever, same thing. Yeah, close enough. I think it's similar to people really enjoying drawing like human anatomy and like human form. And like, or even like, you know, a still life painting or drawing. But like, for me, the subject matter for some reason just, I don't know, it's close. For some reason, doing these areas, so like this doesn't have as many folds, obviously, as like an elbow crease. But for some reason, these like wider areas are way harder. Or like I get way more hesitant in the blank space because I don't want to like go too dark. But like, whatever, dude. Also, this is just a sketchbook, so it's fine. It doesn't need to be a masterpiece, and no one is going to beat me up. No one's gonna beat me up. It's gonna be just fine. Yeah, it's similar enough. You know, thinking about like those really good artists on the sketchbook series, I think what's like comforting for me at least is that I'm not trying to do what they're doing. Like, I think in that sense it's very enjoyable, where I'm like, that person is clearly in their own lane and good for them, you know? And like, them being so good at that thing makes me realize that I don't want to be good at that thing, like, or I don't need to be. Like, someone who has really strong like character design, I'm like, you know what, man, that is all you. Good for you. Like, you do that character design and you kill it, because I'm good on that. You know, in that sense, it doesn't, in that way I find it less like personally demotivating, because I'm not trying to do that thing, and I don't think I will ever really pursue most of what these artists do. So I guess it depends on what you want to do. But to be honest, I don't actually look at that many other stipplers. So maybe that's why I feel that way. You know, like I don't. Or if I see it, I'm like, oh cool, you know, another one. Didn't think there were that many of us. Although I think I'm more into the fashion side of things than the actual like stippling or draw. This is just, I don't know, this is just what I choose to draw with because I like it. But I think what I actually care about is probably the clothes. Me and oil painting looks nice, but not for me. I've actually never tried oil painting. It seems intimidating. I know so many people like absolutely love it, but I think for me, yeah, I'm just not a painter, I think, just in general, in any kind of way. And clearly I'd rather draw with dots than paint strokes, so I guess that's where I'm at. I love the look though. Like oil painting just looks so beautiful. The way all the colors like are so opaque. Or you can blend them really nicely. It looks like tactile-y. That's not the word. But yeah, I don't know. It feels like it'd be satisfying. I mean, acrylic, fast and easy. Yeah, acrylic I definitely have had more experience with than oil or really any other kind of painting. But acrylic dries fast. Like, if you really want to get a good, nice blend, sometimes acrylic is a little difficult. At least for me. But I think I'm just also not a color person. Like, I guess I haven't really tried painting in monochrome before. Only a few times, I think. But, like, maybe they'd have a different experience now if you just gave me some black paint and left me alone. Black and white, and I'll be good to go. Have you ever tried gouache? I've personally never tried gouache, but I feel like people who have used gouache either love or hate it, and there's just like no in between. You want to? Yeah, you should. You should. Let me know how it goes. Because, like, I think it's supposed to be some sort of, like, middle between acrylic and oil. Like, in the way that it feels. Dang, we're already like halfway through. And I'm definitely nowhere near finishing this little panel thing. Either I pick up the speed or we just not worry about it. And I'm leaning towards not worrying about it. Because why worry, right? Right, no worrying. Yep. Yeah, I've actually slowed down on the drawing lately because of going through the live stream footage or like the previous footage. And like, my god, it takes like 2 whole days of just like only video work. But I'm getting caught up. It's like I'm just working through this bit of a backlog, but once I'm caught up, I think we can just maintain after that, and I can go back to drawing more fully. Because honestly, I kind of wanted to be done with this like this week, but that's definitely not happening. Actually, you know what? Let me not doubt myself. If I believe hard enough and try hard, maybe I can finish it this week. You know what, low-key, I kind of want to try and like actually finish this panel tonight, so maybe we're gonna kick into a higher gear, you know? Wouldn't it be funny if I just like whipped out another pen and started stippling with both hands? I mean, like, bring out the big guns. And it's just dual-handed, double-wielding pens. God, that'd be nice. I don't know how people do it. Like, I've been seeing those videos of people who like draw or like paint with like both hands at the same time. And I'm like, how many brains do you have in there? Because what the heck? Yeah, I guess some people are like naturally ambidextrous, but like, can we train? We can probably teach ourselves, right? That's actually what my oh my god, this song. That's actually what my channel is gonna become. Like, come with me on this journey while I try and train to become like ambidextrous. That'd be pretty sick. I'd do it. Or I mean, I'd at least try. I think it would be hard to get over the initial embarrassment of like how weak my left hand is. Octopus with a membrane for hand. Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of crazy, isn't it? That they can like move all like that. Or like control all of those things. Bro, I can barely even like walk straight. This thing's got freaking 8 arms. Are they 8 arms or are they 8 legs? Or is it like 4 arms and 4 legs? Do we have an expert? I could probably draw some more animals. I don't think I've drawn an animal in like a really long ass time. Although the last animal I can... Oh wait, no, I drew a chipmunk for Inktober. And I drew a couple dogs. That definitely does some dogs. But there was one time I tried drawing this tiger. This is like so long ago, like 7 years. I tried drawing this tiger, but this was before I like really understood like I don't know, feline anatomy. And so much of it looked tiger-like except for like the face, where you ever see those like old like Renaissance paintings or like whatever those old paintings are, where like people had to just like guess what a horse looked like to how, or like how to draw it, and it's like a horse body with like a very weirdly humanoid face. That was my tiger. Like it looked like a tiger until it didn't. Anyway, that was embarrassing. All that to say, I probably should draw an animal again sometime just to like remember how. Legs like dogs, maybe. Google says arms. Okay. Well, yeah. Well, at least it gave us mythical creatures. Yeah, you know what? You're right. Let's go with that. They'll be like, dude, this doesn't look like a tiger. I'm like, it is a tiger. It's a mythical tiger that just happens to have a face like a person, okay? Use your imagination. Not everything has to be real. Although I do find myself trapped in the... Not trapped, but sometimes I get stuck in the realism game. But, you know, it don't gotta be all like that. My drawings could be weirder. I like the polished look of the cloth and whatnot, but at times I think it would satisfy my soul if I made it a little, I don't know, something weirder. There was a drawing I did before called Gaia that it's like a nice lady surrounded by a bunch of foliage and like plants and other imagery, but hidden between the leaves in like the far background and in the darkest shadows is skulls I've just kind of suggested in there, and I loved it. Like you get the folds from this nice lady's outfit. She's wearing like these like flowy robes and this like nice dress, and then, you know, we threw some skulls in there, and it doesn't sound like much whenever I explain it like this, but there was enough of like a little creepy factor that I really enjoyed it. And I needed to like tap back into that. Like, I don't know, we can make it creepier. Hey, small killers. Welcome to the stream. I hope you're having a good night. We're chilling. I'm trying to finish this panel right here, but I started with nothing and I only have this, and we're already halfway, so I might try and bunker down a little bit and like really hash it out, but we'll see. I'm having a chill time, so I'm trying not to get too excited about how fast one can stipple. Because as we all know, stippling is not fast. But I hope you're having a good night. And if you got something to work on, let me know. Or you can just chill. You know, you don't gotta work on nothing if you don't feel like it. Might as well. It looks good, thank you very much. You being productive today, so now you're chilling. Alright, that's good. That's a vibe. Kudos to you for being productive. Sometimes on days like this where I know I'm gonna stream drawing later, I like don't feel like doing anything during the day. Or like I don't feel like working on it ahead of time. Cause I'm like, you know what, I'll just work on it later anyway. Today was not one of those days. I worked on this earlier today too. But sometimes it is tempting to just bum out and be like, I'll draw later. Here we are though. And thanks for being here. Now is later. Later is now. And lo and behold, I didn't work on this enough earlier, so now I'm not as far as I want to be. But that's okay. I'm just in like this weird mid-tone area. Like areas that are really dark happen faster because I can just like haphazardly throw it in there. And then areas that are light happen faster because it's not as many dots. Whenever we're in this mid-tone, God, it's just like, I'm trying to maintain it smoothly. I don't want to mess anything up. Try to keep that good level in between. Yeah, you know, it kind of sucks not being able to erase sometimes. We were just talking about it earlier, just like using digital tools and being able to like Control Z and just like undo and you're good to go. Yeah, you know, I don't get that. I miss that. Sometimes it's nice to just like press a button and call it a day. But no, I can't even fix my mistakes. Actually though, I have seen people, and I've actually tried it before too, but I have seen people like, whenever they draw with ink and they like really fuck it up, they'll like take a razor blade and like poke at the page, like where the mistake is or like where the over bleeding of the ink is. And like they like literally will just like ever so slightly chisel that like layer of paper off to like get rid of the ink. And I have tried it once, and honestly, it didn't look that great. But I also don't think I was using the right paper at the time. But yeah, ultimately, there's no take backs when it comes to drawing with ink on paper. But hey, whatever. Mistakes are fine, and they're not really mistakes if you gain something, right? Something deep and profound that I can't think of right now. Control Z is the goat, yeah. Whiteout like manga artists taught you. True, yeah. Yeah, but like I don't know how it doesn't like look really obvious. Maybe whenever they scan it or like make a digital version, it doesn't appear. Or maybe it's, again, maybe it's the paper I'm using. But I feel like whiteout would be really obvious. At the same time, if I use like a toothpick, because the dots are so small, like it maybe wouldn't matter. Oh yeah, you don't see it in the scan. Okay, that makes sense. True, yeah, I guess it's more important that it like gets printed properly than like the OG being pristine. On the actual paper, it's a little mountain. Yeah, I don't know, that bothers me so hard. Or like that would bother me if it was my art. Like I'd rather not. I don't want that. I want it to be perfect. It's okay, nothing can be perfect, right? Oh, hey, Denise. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, you know, we're just jamming. We're rocking out over here. We stay productive and listen to rock. You know, that's the vibes. Headbang and draw something. Or just chill, you know, whatever. Art is looking great, thank you! Yeah, I just finished this sleeve today. Dude, this like bow, it's not a bow, but like the fold, it looks like a bow. Dude, that shit beat my ass, honestly. Today, I did this morning. And I'm trying to get this panel done here. Not to bash on your hobbies, but I can't really draw while headbanging. You're right. You're right. If anything, you might draw blood from like hitting your desk by accident. Gentle headbanging. We can just, you know, do it in moderation. Draw a little, headbang a little, draw a little. Sometimes, I don't know, I love whenever I'm listening to something really heavy, but because I can't headbang, I do like a gentle headbang where in my mind, I am absolutely throwing down at my desk. But like on the outside looking in, like I'm just sitting here quietly, just drawing. But sometimes, you know, I headbang in my imagination. I'm headbanging on the inside, okay? Hey, 2 frames. Again. A preaching session. Yeah, I kind of forget what all it entailed, but you know how I go into protagonist mode and whatnot. I'm just bobbing my head, but inside I'm in a mosh pit throwing punches. Yeah, dude, you get it. That's exactly what's going on. Oh, hydration break. Look at us yapping. 2 frames hasn't heard a speech from me in a minute. Yeah, I did go on a little brief one about, well, I guess it was just spilling thoughts about doing an art book eventually. But we did come to the conclusion that I don't need to make a book that's like dictionary thick AF. Like, it might be cool to release like a multi-volume, like mini magazine style with like some text of like written thoughts from me about each piece. And that way I can just use my sketchbook pieces and like however many that may be. If it's like 10 to 15, that'd be cool. Tons of art books are like magazine size. Yes, I just never thought about it though. Like when I imagined like myself creating a coffee table book, like I imagined for some reason like this thick ass book, but I realize it doesn't need to be that way. It'd just be a nice like, yeah, mini zine. Two Frames literally has multiple. Yeah, you might, maybe you can like show it to me because I need to know. To be honest, I don't have a lot of art books myself, so I don't really have a good judgment, I think, on what it should or should not be for myself. Imagine Lily Valour but Vogue. Amazing. Someone take my phone. Yeah, Ivy, you got it. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Nice little marble situation. It keeps my water really cold, so top tier. Typing has not been it for me today. That's why you draw, Ivy. Don't worry about typing or writing. Just draw. Small size art books that you never open. They legit just collectibles now. See, like, I think that's okay. Like, I wouldn't mind if I made an art book and it was just a collectible. Like, it definitely wouldn't have any, like... I don't think it would have that much helpful information. Like, I wouldn't be like, here's how to draw fabric, or like, here are some exercises you can do to be better at this. Like, I think it would just be just a nice collection of, like, the smaller pieces I've done and why I chose to do them. And then I think my sketchbook itself would be more intentional instead of just like kind of drawing, just like whatever. Yeah, I don't know. People who buy books like collecting them more than anything. Yeah, that's true. At least for art books, yeah. Oh, Devin L. Kurtz. Yeah, true. She is a great example. It's buried somewhere. Yeah, find that and let me know. Oh, I just creased this page. Whoops. I have one for drawing animals with acrylic by John Seary, and I adore it. That's cool. See, like, I feel like mine wouldn't be like that, where it would be like it definitely wouldn't be like a demonstration of anything. It would just be like a vibe. But I do like your idea of making it like Vogue-like, because it wouldn't be as much of a tutorial. It would just be, you know, yeah, just like a vibe check, an aesthetics check. It's Banger, but I think he's dead though. Oh, R.I.P. Art gallery vibes. Yeah, exactly. And also, it'd be cool if like, because this sketchbook has like what? I don't know, 100 something pages. And so it'd be kind of nice to have like a volume of like 15 drawings, you know, and then once I get through the whole sketchbook, I'll have volume like, you know, 2 and volume 3, volume 4. And then maybe we can release like one big book at the end. And by the end, I mean like in 2 years from now. If I get through all of these pages, which would be nice and ideal, but we'll see. A lot of art books are just artists going, yeah, I worked on flowers last year, here you go. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Like, that'd basically be it. I'd be like, hey guys, here's some folds. Enjoy. See you later. I've been wanting to draw a calendar for years. I just never do it because I don't use paper calendars. Okay, fair. I thought about that too. I was like, so many artists make calendars. I could make a calendar. Like, I could definitely make something in a 12-part series, and that would be cool. But I agree with you. I don't use paper calendars either. And so I am not my own audience, like, in that sense. And also, I don't know a single person who still uses paper calendars. So, like, it'd be cool to make, but, like, who are we making it for? You know? I need one, but never use one. Oh my gosh. Honestly, I use my phone calendar the most. Yeah, honestly, in print format, in like physical print format, I definitely don't have a lot of things. Like, I don't have a lot of, like I said, art books or, yeah, I don't have any magazines or anything like that. Sometimes it's just for the vibes. Yeah, you know, a lot of things are just for the vibes, I suppose. But like, I don't know, who has money to buy a paper calendar just for display? Unless it had some really cool art in it, right? Like, people get those calendars with like cool sports cars in there. They're not using that calendar, they're just looking at cool cars. If only we were in a world like Harry Potter so you could add those video edits in the book. Dude, that'd be sick. I honestly, yeah. That'd be so much fun. I think it'd be really cool just in general to see like what people would do if they could do that. Smalls give me money to buy her calendar. Oh my gosh. Smalls, will you fund my book at the same time? Smalls, you have to fund the calendar and then give Two Frames the money to buy it. Because I need money too, Smalls. This is the new news. Rumor has it Small Killers has all of the money in the world, and rumor has it further that he's gonna give it to us. Yay! Dude, my mic cut out when I did that. That's honestly hilarious. My pockets are running dry for calendar. Yeah. Oh gosh. Oh my god, Ivy, stop making bets that you keep losing. Yeah, that's why he does it. Support local artists, yeah, you know, small business. Also, I can totally not guarantee, but I can totally guarantee that your return on investment is gonna be tenfold in like 2 years. You know, when I release these like magazine volumes of my work, you'll wish you did these calendars. Taking notes. Yeah. No, I would be a risky business venture in this moment, so just save your money for your trip. Isn't that coming up this month? Or wait, is it? Yeah, it is. Is it? Those 2026 calendars really gonna pop off in 2028. We could just change the year on the print, dude. I'll talk to my team, aka the inner voices. Oh, bye, Denise. Thanks for stopping by. Have a good night. Smalls just remembered, Two Frames really tried to kill me in Halo because of our deal. I am not surprised. He failed though? Yeah, you know what? That sounds about right. The cards are always dealt in favor of somebody. That somebody sometimes changes, but not often. Somehow, Smalls, you always evade the worst. Apparently, snipers don't kill in one hit. Not always, I suppose. Ivy, more deals he keeps losing. Yeah. My charm is in my willingness to try, not succeed. You know what? I respect that. That was very eloquently said. Wait, did you guys finish Halo 2 yet? Was that the previous stream? Or like, are you still on it? I forget. You don't carry the natural charm that Lily has? I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, you're on 3? I must have missed a part, sorry. Oh, I'm gonna sneeze. Excuse me, sorry. I think I muted myself in time. Oh wait, I think I'm gonna sneeze again. Excuse me again. Ooh, snuck up on me. Oh, you'll finish 3 next stream? And then Reach, and then 4, and then Pokemon? Thank you, Smalls. Wait, you guys are going back to Pokemon? Or what Pokemon are you doing? You're not doing another Nuzlocke, are you? Dumb question. Does the nose ring impact sneezing? Yes, sometimes, but mostly no. Mostly in the wintertime because the metal gets colder faster than like my actual nose and it gets really tickly. You're doing another Nuzlocke? Oh my god. Why? Is that a good idea? You remember what happened last time, right? Follow-up dumb question, can you sneeze the ring off? No, it is fully enclosed in there. Smalls with a ... smiley. That don't sound good. They don't sound good. That's not reassuring. Oh no. Did it hurt? Yes for like 2 seconds. And then no, honestly, actually. It healed really well. Yeah, I'm gonna ignore that part of it. Ivy. These are the words he chooses to use. It's okay. The thing about being a professional writer is that you can't use up all of your like professional mana, right? Like sometimes you gotta pick and choose when you use that mana. Now's not one of those times. I'm gonna let y'all hash that one out. Can't believe y'all are gonna do another Nuzlocke. Why? Whose idea was it? We will beat Pokemon this time? Okay. I believe you. I mean, it'll be some time, so you guys are good. Lily, can I name you after my starter this run? You can. As long as you keep me alive. For literally as long as possible. Although last time you were doing just fine. Yeah, well, that's up to Smalls. Yeah, true. That's a bad idea. Yeah, I feel like the starter isn't one that you guys didn't keep any of your starters last time, did you? I don't think any of your starters made it, if I remember correctly. Yeah, see how he treats you? Yeah, right. Well, so last time Ivy, so they've done this Nuzlocke Pokemon thing before. And I wasn't named after a starter, but I was named after one of Two Frames' Pokemon. And I was really strong. And I was definitely like carrying the team. But at the last second, Two Frames killed me. It was a freak accident. It was a freak accident. No one saw it coming. And we were all just astonished. So yes, I will put it out here on record. Small Killers did not cause that one. However, Smalls did cause most of the deaths up until that point. Yeah, he just caused like 6 deaths before that one. Yeah, for sure. I was there for those. I don't trust Smalls in early game, but late game I think works out a little better. So yeah, I mean, you can totally name me after your starter, but the chances of it not making it are pretty high. That's okay. I'm here for a good time, not a long time. In the Pokemon world, I mean. If it's a ghost, or if it's a grass type me, and if it's a ghost type T, yeah, for sure. Yeah, give T all the ghosty ones. Why grass? Because leaves are my thing. Because Lily has earth tones. That too. I am an earth element, actually. If you want to get into it. I am an earth element. She's strong, solid, refreshing. Like she's the embodiment of spring. I am the embodiment of spring, and that's why you hate me, Two Frames. Because Two Frames is an autumn kind of person. I like when the leaves blossom, and Two Frames likes when the leaves fall off. Spring weather literally kills me. It does. I did watch it happen to you. I almost lost you like 2 weeks ago. Grass type is my favorite. Yeah, me too. What can I say? I like grass. The blossoming of flowers physically hurts me. Ivy's taking note of all your weaknesses. Did you guys ever have those like really big, oh my god, what is the word for them? But those big like Pokemon books that like before like wikis were a thing, where it had like all the pages that explained like all the weaknesses. There was like that like graph that showed you like the strengths and weaknesses of like every Pokemon type and like all the different special moves, and like basically it was like an encyclopedia, but it was like way back. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Like that's what I had imagined for myself. I was like, what if it was this like whole encyclopedia book of like my sketchbook? But no. I miss that Pokemon book though. I know if I really tried to look for it, I probably could find it. I wish I remember the word for it. Oh my god. Yeah, I could never get into that reading for a game. Yeah, I'm just gonna wing it. That's fair. That's fair. You had little Pokédexes? That's so cute. That's so cute. Valorpedia? Yeah, we'll figure out a name for it. I kind of like the idea of like Valor Archive. Wiki Lily, Wiki Valor. Wiki Valor's not bad. I kind of don't mind that. Whoa. A great library of valor. That's nice. Lily's Garden. Wait, actually, that's crazy that you said that because I was going to make a collection called Lily's Garden. That's crazy you said that. Yeah. Actually, it was after I drew Gaia, which I was just talking about earlier. This is all coming full circle. I made a drawing of a woman in foliage, and it was like a bunch of flowers and leaves and shit. And at that time, I was like, this would be so cool if we created a gallery or like an exhibition that was called Lily's Garden and had like that drawing and a few other ones, and then like have the whole space be like covered in plants. And it would be Lily's Garden. It'd be like the garden of my mind, where you like saw into me because of my art, but also like it was an actual garden. Anyway, yeah, maybe that'll come back around, honestly, because it is a cool idea. I gotta do it. I gotta do it at some point. But honestly, I forgot all about that until you said that just now, Smalls. So thanks for reminding me unintentionally, because that's what I need to do. I need to think about that still. Another suggestion that Two Frames gave me is Lily's Tome. I like that. That sounds like a video game item, like a magic item in a video game. Where was this naming ability with Ballerina? I didn't have to build off of Onigiri Man. Yeah. Yeah, a little bit less limited around this time. Last time, Two Frames, you were still stuck to the we were stuck to that narrative. Great minds think alike, Smalls. Trying to meet the blue requirements. There were a lot of obstacles, you know? If I get a new tablet and I start drawing digitally some more, I want to do it again, but actually join. Like, it was fun coming up with the color and then the object and watching whatever happen. But it'd be fun to do again, like, but actually be part of it. You had to rewatch it so you'd be caught up. Never missed the lore, yeah. Well, hopefully with these free caps, it's easier. We do be referencing the lore quite often in the past. You know, Lily, you're getting faster at stippling. My dots per minute, my DPM. Oh my god, that's so good. That's good. I'm glad that it is coming across that way. It doesn't feel like it, unfortunately. Also, I'm using a bigger dot this time, which definitely can cover a little bit more area than I usually would be able to. It does come at the cost of not getting as many of the really finite or minute details that I like in the fold. Like, I do find myself sacrificing a little bit just to get a proper read on the values. And also, it's not important for me to capture every single crease. I'm just trying to kind of get the overall vibe. But that's what I was hoping to learn by using this pen instead of using a really small one. Because with a small one, I can, like, get details for eternity, and then I'll never finish anything. Dang, we already only have 15 minutes left, and I definitely am not going to finish this panel. It's okay. It was a valiant effort, and I am not going to worry about it. You know the song by All American Rejects? Why Worry? Yeah, that. can't even see where I'm dotting. Good job, Lily. Here we go. Also, right here, you can sort of start to see it. But, like, see how I'm not gonna dot, like, this sash? Or it's just like a waist tie, I guess. I'm going to leave it white like that. With no dots at all. And I think it looks pretty cool so far. I'm gonna go ahead and erase the pencil. Like when I'm done and the whole piece is just like chilling on the page, like it'll just be divided right there. I don't know. I saw an opportunity for like a fun little negative space. So we're just gonna try it out. Also, if it looks bad, then I'll just shade it in, which actually is what happened on the previous drawing. I filmed it with like where the hand would be being blank. Smalls, you might have noticed this whenever you edited the video, I mean. But in the last drawing, where the person's hand goes into her pocket, I left it like blank at first, and then after I got the footage, I decided I didn't like it, and so then I ended up filling it in. And so somewhere in the footage, you can see it sort of like goes back and forth between filled in and not. You did notice? Okay, cool. Yeah. So I decided afterwards that I didn't like it, so then I changed it. But I didn't feel like redoing all the footage, at least at the very end there, and so then I was just like, fuck it, dude, it doesn't matter that much. But I'm surprised that you didn't mention it, because I was just like, is he gonna be like, yo, what the fuck happened here? But it goes to show, it's totally fine if you change your mind about something later. So like right now I'm gonna leave that space like totally white, but later I might be like, this actually doesn't look good, and then I can just draw right over it. I slightly questioned it, but just said I'm sure there's a reason. Yeah. Yeah. Honestly, it was just because I changed my mind and just was too lazy to redo the footage. Just in the process. Yeah, that is what it comes down to, for sure. A lot of things I realized too, you don't have to like... Yeah, I don't know. It's okay if you change your mind later. Like... Actually, I think at some point during every drawing, I have probably felt like, oh, this isn't going how I imagined it would. But it's always fine. You know, the drawing always turns out fine anyway. I also think it's okay. There's like, even my favorite drawings, like if I look back on it now, I'm like, oh, I would do this differently, or I would do that differently. But I will never touch it again. Like once it's like framed, I don't even... At some point you just have to say it's done, so then you can like let go. It worked out, that video, been doing good. It really has. Like, that definitely, I think, by far is like the best one so far. I think it's a combination of myself holding the book instead of having it just on top of the table. And I think it's that, and also the way that I drew it, like the way it appears on the page and in the order that I drew each section looks really cool. Which I did do on purpose. Like I drew it in an order that I thought would look good on camera. Like starting at the top of the neck and kind of working my way down through the piece. But to be honest, I don't actually like drawing that way. It looked good though, for sure. And for these smaller pieces, I do try drawing in a way that looks good in the ending footage. But generally, I just like to start in a dark area and work out from there. But I don't like to start in just one spot and keep going. Like, I'd rather go through and do, like, all of the darks and then work my way into the midtones. But for these smaller drawings and for the videos, it definitely works out better if I kind of just start at one point and work my way through the rest. But whatever, anyway. It is just a process video, so whatever I feel like doing is what it becomes. But yeah, you did a great job with the edit. So thank you for that. I think after this drawing, this is like, okay, wait, this is like towards the end of the stream, little extra tidbit of info. If you're here, if you hear, then you know. But I think after this piece, I want to do a drawing of myself. And so, like, I want to combine the Aura farming video with a drawing of myself from it. So that'll be fun. You know, good luck with that when we get there. But like I imagine taking my own like reference photo basically for the drawing. And then, I don't know, combining myself and also the drawing. Yeah, that'll be fun. We'll see what happens. Yeah, we'll see. I think I still want to draw, like, you know, of course, other people that I find interesting, like on Instagram and just the internet. But I think it would be fun to do some more pieces where I'm my own reference. But I wouldn't draw myself, you know. It would still just be the close of the folds with like a headless body. Not think I know. Nice. Nice. Yeah, should be good. I got ideas. I have a lot of ideas, but then everything like takes a while to happen that sometimes I forget them. This is where writing stuff down is really useful. Like I'll finish one thing and I'll be like, nice dude, it was so cool that I did that, but like didn't I have something planned next that I like don't remember right now? I used to keep a note in my phone of like ideas that I had, and I would like try to organize them by priority, where I'm like, I should do this drawing before I do this other drawing. And I haven't looked at that note probably in like 2 years. And I definitely didn't follow anything in the order that I thought I would do it in. And also some things I lost interest in, and so they became irrelevant. Anyway, I should revisit that note. I've been reflecting a lot on my past art, so that might be something to look into. Do you guys ever do that? Have so many ideas that you just like list them out to try and like organize them and achieve them all? I think I need to find a new way of organizing stuff so that there's like short term and long term. Because I feel like it's easy to get lost in like day by day. act of trying that, like, after a while you're like, dude, I've been trying so hard I forget, like, what I even am doing this for, or if I'm even doing it in a way that is in the right direction. Like, every now and again I get an idea of something I could do, but like, just because you could doesn't mean you always should, and it doesn't make sense sometimes for who you are. It sounds good in theory, though. A lot of things sound good in theory. In voice memos? Jeez. I definitely don't use voice memos. What am I fighting for? Dude, I don't even know either, okay? How do we stay fighting? Ivy, you're gonna have to tell me what this means. What is this? What is this structure? Give me all the tips. Sam Art? Isn't that a YouTube channel? No, that's Sam Does Art. Oh my gosh. We battle learn today. Everybody take notes. While we graciously wait for Ivy to explain this concept to us, I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I'm definitely not finishing this section. I was gonna say maybe I'm gonna try putting in another extra 15 to 20 minutes to try and finish this section, but I just don't feel like pushing myself through it right now, so we're not going to. If that's okay. We will just come back to it tomorrow. Okay, here we go. The SMART goals. Okay, S is specific plan. M is measure time and evaluate. A is how achievable is it to ask if it's a realistic goal. R is relevancy to purpose. And T is give deadlines and milestones for your goal. Wait, what is the T word? I was gonna ask that same thing, but I feel like it's time, right? Like time being like the deadline and milestones? Time? It is time, okay. Yeah. Yeah, no, T-frames. I was like, wait a minute. What? Okay, I like this. Yeah, specific plan. Measure time and reevaluate. How achievable is it? Relevancy to purpose, and then give deadlines. I like that. Honestly, that's pretty sick. What is it, Two Frames? What did you just remember? You wrote articles about this? At your old job? Dude. Dude, pull it out of the archives. We need this right now. We need this. I literally had to set SMART goals quarterly. Okay. Okay, so you had to do this for your job. We got to do this for creative work. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well. All right. Well, now I know how I'm going to think about doing this, like, magazine book situation. Right. Because, like I said, that might be, like, a 1 to 2 year type of goal. Actually, 1. Let's just say 1. I don't think I'll do it this year. Because this year has got a lot of other stuff that I'm trying to do. But next year, for sure. And also just for any project, really. I sucked at it, especially deadlines. I get that, honestly. I mean, I think it's hard because, like, with my art, or, like, if I try to plan stuff for my art, like, the deadlines are just suggestions, I guess, or, like, maybe my ideal timeline. But it pretty much never goes according to plan. Like, I never... Yeah, to be honest, I'm like never... The timeline that I've ever projected for my art has never been right. And 2 Frames has seen this time and time again, where I'm like, dude, I'll be done with this in like a month. And then like 4 months passed, I'm like, 2 Frames, I'm still working on this. I can't fucking believe it. It happens less frequently now with these smaller pieces, but I still underestimate how long these small pieces are going to take me too. So I'm very bad at this, like figuring out the deadline and timeline and yeah. Small's been doing that actually for years. Of course you have, Smalls. You're so successful. No, that's cool though. Yeah, I mean, I think we've all kind of had some form of it where you like, you really have to consider whether an idea is worth pursuing. And, you know, we're all doing a lot of stuff, and time is limited, so, like, we really need to be choosy about the projects we want to embark on. But yeah. You usually post on Twitter and be like, by summer, here's my list of goals. See, I feel like I do that too, but it's less of, like... I never want to be like, I want to finish this thing by a certain time, unless there's something I want to do it for. But I think for me, it's like... I tend to approach things with how badly I want it to be a thing and how upset I would be if I never did it. So like, there's certain things on my goals where I'm like, I really want to make sure this particular thing happens, regardless of how long it takes or when it happens. And then there's other things where I'm like, this would be cool if it happened, but at the same time, like, it's less of a deal to me if it doesn't. And I think that's how I've always just like kind of judged it, where I'm like, out of all these projects that I'm thinking about, which one would I be most devastated if it didn't exist? And then that's usually the one I pick. Yeah. 2 Frames' broad goals are on a vision board, and then I narrow down as the year ends. I think that's good too. Like, you start with kind of a general idea, because you kind of never know what's going to happen. You can only like try to work in the direction of it. A goal that keeps coming back is saving up money. Yeah, you know, I mean, you need money to do other stuff. Like travel and buy art books, you know, so that makes sense. That makes sense. And you know what they say, sometimes saving money is just not spending it. Unless Lily Valour makes some calendars. In that case, you should totally spend it. Just kidding, I'm not making calendars, guys. Unless I collab with Denise, and then maybe I'll do calendars. Stop making bets. Smalls is trying to save money. Two Frames is trying to make it. I just want to enjoy my art, and I want other people to enjoy it too. Not on dumb stuff. Yeah, I suppose that's true. And competitions. Yeah, the competition honestly mostly is me though, so maybe I'm the one that needs to chill out. Although I think the $12 bet is was a mutual agreement. Also, thanks, Two Frames. Intro battles are no longer in my goals now? Wait, why, Smalls? You don't want to do them anymore? Or what's up with that? Thanks, Two Frames. I will accept that compliment, or like the congrats, once I actually get there, because I need more. Or I still wanna. Not there yet. Thanks, you guys. Oh, he's won enough. Okay, that's fair. That's fair, honestly. I see what you mean now by the other one being like for just for showcasing, because obviously, yeah. You're a little overpowered. A little overpowered. Nah, that's cool though. And 10 more subs, yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's alright. We're working on it. We are working on it. My phone betrays me again. Yeah, you've had a rough one with it today. I still want to make an intro with Smalls that has practically zero game footage. Oh, that's right, because you want to do most of it in Blender, right? Oh, just for the flex? Nice. I feel like most of everything is just for the flex, isn't it? Maybe that's the answer. That's the answer to everything. If someone is on the fence about a project they really want to do, and they come to you and they're like, why should I even do this? Just tell them so that you can flex. Yeah, winning is never the goal. Aura farming is. That's the motto. Winning is not the goal. We're just trying to aura farm. I am working on my next battle I really want to join though. Dude. You'll kill it. You're out here. You're out here slaying. Also, I know like my little commissions are like only like 10 seconds, but I hope it's adding to your overall experience. Also, Ivy says you'll have more aura if you win. Okay, you're right. You're right. But you can still have aura if you don't win. You know? Ideally you want both, but if you can't win, at least have the aura. Right? Oh my god. Okay. Well, oh wait. That is devastating, Two Frames. What's also devastating is that the stream is going to come to an end, even though we're having a wonderful time right now. Thank you guys for being in the chat. You're amazing. And thank you if you were lurking or listening. You're great as well. Yeah. You know, earlier today I finished the sleeve. Oh wait, let's here we go. Earlier today I finished this part of the sleeve, and this evening we got this little panel here. By Thursday this will definitely be done. You won't see this. We won't be looking at this anymore. I think next stream I want to try working from the other shoulder and working my way down. I was thinking about like, so I started in the middle and I went like up to the shoulder and then down the sleeve and then like over to the left. And I was thinking about going all the way to the left and then back up, but I think honestly that's going to be too hard. So we're gonna start the other shoulder and work our way down. I just ruined the sleeve schedule. You know, I would, but not today. We have too much? No, you're good, you're good. You're good. Alrighty, folks. Good night, and I will see you next time. Bye.